Hello guys, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video here on the channel. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. And in today's video, we've got something a little bit different for you. It's going to be the Modern Warfare 2 2022 review with me, DJ Coots. Basically, I'm going to just be explaining what I personally think I didn't like, I did like, and what I think needs to be changed, because MW2 is far from finished, I think. And there's a lot, I know it's a beta, I know things can change, but I think the changes that I'm about to discuss in this video, I don't think the 1 month period now we've got, as I said, the game is due on what, the 28th of October, and it's now the 24th of September of the making of this video. So as I said, we've just got over a month to fix things, and I really don't think that's going to be possible, but we will see. I hope I am proved wrong. But nonetheless, guys, if you are brand new around here as well, feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to comment down below. Obviously, I want to have so many discussions with you guys as possible. I want your comments, I want your points, your opinions in the comment section below about what's about to be discussed. And if you're brand new as well, guys, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world. And we also do stream live over on twitch.tv 6 days a week. There'll be a link down below in the description, as well as all my other socials. So I'm going to stop rambling and let's get this MW2 2022 review over and done with. Let's go. So, the MW2 2022, let's jump straight into what I've experienced. As I say, I'm just going to go over the things that I like, dislike, and obviously things I think need to be changed in this game that I think actually make it one of either not the best or one of the best titles in the Call of Duty franchise, because I think this game is set up to be that, but the way it's playing at the moment I don't think is actually going at the moment. There'll be some gameplay going on the background as well. I'll be playing the game, just some bits and bobs, just cutting everything like that for you guys to watch. Obviously, listen to my rambling voice for 10-15 minutes. But anyway, guys, let's jump straight into things that I do like with MW2. So first things first, maps. I actually like the maps. As I say, in previous COD titles like Vanguard, Cold War, and Modern Warfare 2019, the maps, let's just be honest, the base maps before any DLC came into any of these games were actually pretty piss poor, I think. Like, they just weren't good. Like, as I say, it's Euphrates Bridge, Arkloff Peak from Modern Warfare 2019. Like, who wants to play 66 TDM on them maps? Come on now, eh? You know what I mean? So I've got to be fair in MW2's aspect. It is actually not got bad maps at all. My favourite map in the beta actually is Farm 18. I actually do enjoy that map. It's actually really good. I really do enjoy it. What is your favourite map for the beta? I think we've got 4 66 maps, and we got eventually 3 ground war maps eventually. I think obviously the ground war got added tonight as I'm recording this. This is the 24th of September. This is the Saturday night. They added ground war in, and I think there was 3 maps in rotation there. So we've had 7 maps to play about with, and I've got to say the maps visually look great. I think it's just the way they're getting played is a little bit slow. Another big factor that's been getting hindered with this game is the TTK. The time to kill is insanely fast. It's probably one of the fastest TTKs, I would say, that I've ever personally seen. Statistically, I don't know if that's true or not. It just feels like it. It really does. It feels like you just turn a corner, somebody's got you already pre-aimed, they shoot, you die. It's absolutely insane, like how quick you die in this game. Sorry if you do see my cat running about in the background there, running like an absolute madman. But yeah, it's I don't know where they're getting this whole fast TTK from. I don't know what the devs are actually thinking at the moment, because it just doesn't suit COD. It does not suit COD. COD's supposed to be this fun. As I say, they emphasised this at the reveal when they were obviously showing the trailers from MW2 multiplayer and Warzone 2. They were emphasising it so much to basically say we're going to revolve this game around fun. Good old-fashioned Call of Duty fun. And believe me, the game is nowhere near that expectation that they said that they think they would hit. So as I say, TTK I think needs to have a major reboot. It either needs to be increased slightly or increased a lot. You know what I mean? So it maybe change the game's playstyle completely. I don't know, but it needs to change from what it is now 100%. That leads me on to the next point, is the audio. The audio, as I say, I think I understand why they've done this, because obviously the Call of Duty we've got now, obviously when you're playing Warzone, is you sometimes have a guy right beside you or coming up behind you, and you don't get any audio until literally the last second, or not any audio at all until you actually start getting shot at. And by the time that you react, you're down and you're out. There's nothing more that you can actually do. So obviously they've done the other extreme this time and put the audio so loud I can hear you from halfway across the map. S&D, I didn't play in the beta, but I've had friends who have played S&D in the beta and said it was unplayable because it's literally 66 of people just not moving. Everybody's scared to make that first play, to try and get that first kill, because you're just going to get sound hold unless you are running Dead Silence. That also leads me on to Dead Silence. It should be a perk. It's not a field upgrade. I don't like this whole like punching punching your thumb into this like bag thing to activate Dead Silence. Like, it's dead dumb. It really is. I know Dead Silence, I know some people say it's overpowered and stuff like that, but if you are wanting to be stealthy like the dev said in the reveal, that's going to cater to all play styles like rushers, campers, you know what I mean, people who want to play a bit more tactical and stealthy and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working at all. Like, you just cannot do that. So Dead Silence does need to be a perk, I think. They did put a blog post out on Friday night after the PlayStation beta on the first weekend, and they did basically say Dead Silence is not going to become a perk. That's a bit of a downer. The attitude might change after weekend 2 of this beta, but we will actually find out and wait and see. Leading on to my next point as well, disliking is the radar. I just don't understand what's going on with the radar here. Like, it's been a fundamental thing in the game where an enemy shoots an unsuppressed weapon, they show up on the radar. It's like, I know obviously Vanguard was toying about with it, you needed to use subsonic rounds to become invisible on the radar and so on and so on and so on, but it's been a fundamental thing. You shoot an unsuppressed weapon on the map, you should show up as a red dot on that UAV. You know what I mean? I don't know where they're getting this. As I say, I think they said in the reveal trailer, like, it's like, oh, you need to use your hearing, you need to sound out where the players are. Listen, Call of Duty is not a realistic shooter. Let's just get that straight. That's the biggest fact ever. It is not a realistic game. It is an arcade FPS shooter and always will be. It's supposed to be a fun game, but they're trying to take the realistic approach, which doesn't suit Call of Duty at all. It really is just mind-boggling to me that they think this is what we want, because they're saying to us Call of Duty players, you know you want this, you don't want this, you don't tell us Call of Duty players what we do and don't want. That is never a good thing to do. You know what I mean? We know what we want, and you're not giving us it. As I say, that's another thing. It's just, honestly, it's just dummy stupid. It's a literal minute thing that they just thinking, oh yeah, we don't want that. We do want the red dot on the UAV when somebody shoots an unsuppressed weapon on the map. It makes sense, doesn't it? Perks. Perks. This is a massive topic. And obviously the next topic I'm going to talk about is probably the most controversial one, but we'll get to that just in a minute. As to the perk system, listen, I appreciate they're trying to do something different. I really do, but the way the perk system is, it was never broken, so it's like they're just trying to fix it, but they've just ruined it. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are they doing? So if you don't know how the perk system works, you can pick 2 base perks, and then you get another perk 4 minutes into the game, and then another perk 8 minutes into the game. But obviously, if you're capturing objectives and killing players, you'll obviously take some time off of that, so you get them perks a little bit quicker. Now, obviously, they were saying in the reveal that obviously you can play like a ninja, blah 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 blah. Now, you don't get Ghost until your last perk, which is your ultimate perk. You don't get that till the last perk. So if you're trying to play stealthy and an enemy UAV goes up, you're on the UAV. You're not. There's no stealth. So it's like that completely defeats the purpose. How could you be stealthy but you're not allowed to pick Ghost from the get-go? Now I understand people have their own thing with Ghost. If you use Ghost, you're a pussy. If you use Ghost, it's like, oh my god, what the hell? You know what I mean? But people get to play the game that they want. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. So you have to wait a good half of the match to actually get your ultimate perk, which is Ghost, along with High Alert and some others I can't remember. But you need to wait a significant amount of time. By that time, you've probably been absolutely battered in that match. You know what I mean? Let's be honest, troops. You're playing solo and you're playing with randoms. You get put with absolute Timmies, don't you? Like, come on, let's be realistic here. So obviously, your enemy team's going to just run you over. UAVs are going up. You're just getting caught on the UAV all the time before you even get Ghost. By the time you get Ghost, the game's nearly over. Like a match of TDM or a match of like Domination, the game's practically over by the time you get your last perk. So I don't understand. They need to go back to the old system of like 3 perks, or introduce pro perks back. Introduce that back. Or even like the Black Ops 2 system, add like the wild cards and stuff like that. You know, you can pick 3 perks and you can get an extra perk in one of the slots as well, so you can have 4 perks. As long as you get to pick 3 base perks, but all the perks should be available. The only time that they should be locked is when obviously you're leveling up from level 1 to whatever in the multiplayer. So you unlock maybe Highlight at level 5, Ghost at level 17, Scavenger at level 28, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The only time they should be locked is when you're just trying to genuinely level up to get that perk. Next thing, now obviously I don't know about this one, is Prestige system. I really hope the Prestige system, the OG Prestige system, comes back, because it's something to grind for. It just feels like, I say it's controversial, but I think it's controversial in my head because it's like, if I want to prestige, I choose to prestige. But in the current CODs that we have now, it's literally, you're not prestiging, you're just leveling up. You never ever stop leveling up until you hit that level 1000 mark. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just keep going. You don't get to keep anything. You know what I mean? Like, you unlock everything and that's it. You just level up to level 1k and there's nothing more to it. As in like the old school CODs like MW2 and MW3 and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, like, you leveled up from level 1, MW2 for example, level 1 to level 70, and then you prestige, and then you lose everything, and then you go through the first prestige to unlock everything again, and you do it 10 times. That was fun, that was a grind, that was enjoyable to do. I absolutely loved that. You know what I mean? I give you something to do, it give you some sort of incentive to like play the game, you know what I mean? As well as the challenge system. The challenge systems in recent games have been terrible. You know what I mean? Like, as I say, I refer back to these older CODs again, like 100% are like in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, and like maybe the MW2 challenge system, there was loads of challenges to go for back in the day, you know, and you're like, oh my god, I can use that weapon, try and get 500 kills with that, and maybe use that attachment, get 300 kills with that for all these XP rewards, you know what I mean? So it gives you some incentive to things to go for, you know what I mean? It's just like, what's the point? Because you just keep leveling up, and it just doesn't seem a good challenge system that they're doing now. It just seems, it's just off, and I've not enjoyed the challenge system ever since MW 2019. It's just been completely, excuse my French, fucked. It really has. I've not enjoyed it at all. I really haven't. So hopefully Prestige system does come back to the OG way, where you level up from level 1 to level 70, you unlock everything, you want a prestige. Obviously now you prestige, you get a prestige token, so you could take something through and you can permanently unlock it for the full time. You know what I mean? So obviously that's a big game changer. I think they need to bring back an OG challenge system. I think kill streaks. What can I say? The kill streaks I think are fairly decent. Most of them are from MW 2019. There's a couple of reskins and stuff like that. Obviously the cluster strikes, the mortar strike, and blah 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 blah. I think the kill streaks are actually pretty good. The AC-130 chopper gunner aren't as overpowered as previous Call of Duty titles, especially the chopper gunner when you can't actually move the damn thing. You just literally call it in, it hovers over one area of the map, and you just don't move, and you just shoot. So basically you're a sitting duck in the sky. You get shot down relatively quickly. I got so many of these in Invasion 20v20 mode, and I got a couple of them in Ground War, and they just got instantly smacked like that because you can't move at all. So you're just going to get shot instantly without any hesitation. But other than that, I think it's good. I think the kill streaks look good on paper. They did do some damage. You know, the SCE is like the lightning strike. You put 3 markers on and drop bombs on certain areas of the map that you put on. Cruise missile, stuff like that. I think the kill streaks, are a pretty good set of streaks for this year. Well, this 2 years of MW2. Now to probably the most asked thing that we don't want is SBMM. Skill-based matchmaking is I say so many people have so many different opinions on this, because it's like, me personally, I just don't think it should be in the game. If they are focusing on fun in the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2, skill-based matchmaking is not a fun thing to put in the multiplayer. It's simple as that. Now, I understand people are going to be like, the cocky people will be like, oh, look, yeah, if you can't handle skill-based matchmaking, don't play Call of Duty, go and try and improve in another game. Listen, you try and play against, I'm not trying to say cocky here, now, if you know you're a decent player or a good player at the game, and you're playing against 6 of yourself, you're not going to have a good time, are you? You know what I mean? I say, I started playing COD quite frequently in the MW2 2009 period, where there was no skill-based matchmaking, and I got my arse handed to me in some matches, because obviously I started playing it and I learned, but I would take the time to learn to play the game, like learn the maps, what kill streaks, what guns were good, what guns were bad, you know. I loved the learning experience of the game, and became, I would say, a fairly decent Call of Duty player. You know what I mean? I used to be one of these arseholes that used to run in the middle of a corridor, fire an RPG at the roof of the floor, and shoot it and try and get a quad. I used to be one of them people. And then obviously I started to learn maps, started to learn the guns, started to learn the attachments, started to actually streak up, and I was like, right, okay, so this and this, and then you start to reap the rewards in, you know what I mean? You feel good, you know, you feel like you're having a good time with the game. But obviously the skill-based matchmaking, I think, is insanely strong in Modern Warfare 2 2022. I've been getting my arse handed to me all weekend, and I know a lot of other people have been as well. They are not happy. There was an absolute shitstorm on Friday night. Obviously, once the beta had sunk in for a day, when PC and Xbox came into the mix after obviously the PlayStation weekend, and that was probably the most talked about topic, was skill-based matchmaking. It really doesn't deserve a place in COD. It does deserve a place in ranked playlists, of course. If you want to play sweaty, if you want to get down, yeah, ranked is there. Like, that's the whole purpose. I think the best COD, now I'll always refer back to Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 had the best breakdown of playlists, in my opinion. You had public match, you had party matches, you had zombies, and you had league play. You know, if you knew when you were playing league play, you were going to be playing good people. Obviously, yeah, if you had a good team, you'd be breaking it down, calling it out, you know what I mean? In a public match, it's not like you're playing for $100,000 or £100,000. You want to actually go on and enjoy it. I'm not saying if they did remove skill-based matchmaking, you would be versing bots or lower skilled players all the time. Definitely not. No, you would come against other sweats from time to time. But as I say, there needs to be a happy medium. But it's constantly, every damn game that I played, and I know a lot of other people played, it's just constant, like, sweat, and there's just no need for it at all. If they're focusing on fun, the devs, skill-based matchmaking is nothing. You should just take it out, or literally just tone it right down. Tone it right goddamn down, because it is just completely killing it for a lot of players. And seriously, I'm seriously thinking about cancelling my pre-order at this point, because I was excited for this game. I want to create so much content on this game. I really do want to create content on this game so much, with Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and Warzone 2. I understand skill-based matchmaking being in Warzone, obviously, for the amount of players that are in matches and stuff like that. You know, you want similar KDs around your in like your Warzone lobbies. I get that. But in multiplayer, it's a casual fun experience, or it should be. But the casual player base is just non-existent now. You know what I mean? It's either bot lobbies, and I'm not trying to be rude here, chat. I'm not trying to be rude here, folks. Sorry, I think I'm live on stream. Not trying to be rude here at all, but as I say, it's either bot lobbies or it's just utter sweat, and it's like, it's unenjoyable when it's utter sweat. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're going to do with the skill-based matchmaking. Everybody has an opinion on it. Please let me know down below what your opinion on skill-based matchmaking is, because I know that is probably the hottest topic with the game. It really is. Back to things that I like though. I like the Gunsmith. I like the attachments. I like the whole, like, obviously when I was playing the beta there, you obviously start with the M4, then you unlock weapons when you get to a certain weapon level with the M4, and then you unlock, what was it, like the LMG you unlocked, and it was the F-TAC single fire rifle you unlocked, and then obviously you need to use them to level up to a certain weapon rank, and then you got more weapons. And so I like that idea. I actually do. I know it's confusing a lot of people at the moment, but I think that's a good addition. I actually do like that, and obviously I do think when people will understand it a bit better, it will actually become a good thing. I actually do like it, because it does entice players to use different weapons. You're not obviously going to get like smart, like I think obviously like later weapons like the FSS Hurricane or the M16 or whatever, it might become meta in the game or something like that, you know. And if somebody's a fresh account, they need to like grind to use the M4, to use another weapons to unlock these weapons. I do like that. And the attachment system as well, it's back to 5 attachments instead of 10 like Vanguard had. I think that's better as well, just back to the usual 5. Not being funny, but I think for a new player to come onto COD, especially in Vanguard, and try to figure out weapon classes, I know you can easily search it up on YouTube and stuff like that, but people are not like that, and they just want to play the game for fun, which you'll find that rare now. But if they want to play the game for fun and they're trying to figure out what's the best attachments, and there's 10 attachments for one weapon, it's a bit mad. So 5 attachments I think a lot better. I think they've done a pretty good job there. And lobby menu as well. It's a bit, whoa, it might change in the full release. I do like it, but I think for obviously new people to the game, I do think that it's definitely like, wow, it's a lot. You know what I mean? You're going right, you're going left, you're adding friends here, you're adding friends there, you're doing this, you're doing it's a lot. It's a lot with the interface. I definitely think, but I like it. It looks pretty clean. I think it's just because I'm pretty used to Call of Duty. I kind of figured it out pretty quickly. It's just like for new people that are coming on in the game, I think they might struggle with it. But other than that, like, I think MW2 is definitely set up to be one of the best CODs if they implement the changes that we've talked about in today's video. I say, let's sum it up. As I say, reduce the audio, increase the TTK to players, get that red dot on maps when enemy fires unsuppressed weapons. Because what's the point in suppressors? Like, what's the point? There's just no point. Nobody's going to use them because, oh, I can use an unsuppressed weapon and get extra damage because I don't have a penalty to show. You know what I mean? Like, there's no red dot going to show up. You know what I mean? So they need to fix that, definitely. The perk system needs to get scrapped. Needs to go back to the old system again. As I say, as I was talking about, if it was like the Black Ops 2 system, they can pick one perk from each slot, perk 1, 2 and 3, and they can get a wild card or something, or make pro perks or something, you know, so they can get more perks or whatever, or something that's obviously achieved and then they get some bonus on that perk or whatever. But it needs to be scrapped. This whole 2 perks at the start, earning another perk and another perk, it's just not, because it does mess with your game. It will mess with your game, and it will mess with people's play styles. Because I know people would like to camp in a corner and they would love to use Ghost and use Bouncing Betties and Riot Shields. I know there's players like that out there. Believe me, I've came up against so many of them in my Call of Duty career. It's been unbelievable. And yeah, skill-based matchmaking. It either needs to be removed completely or toned down a good lot, because believe me, this beta, if you haven't played the beta and you've stumbled across my channel, the beta is not fun at the moment. And I know there's people who are very, very optimistic and like this. Oh, it's actually not too bad. It's actually pretty decent, but it's generally just not fun. It really, really isn't. And I really hope that the devs, as I said, they're not going to listen to me, and I'm just voicing my opinion. But I really hope they do take some information on board and actually change these things, because if they want to focus on the fun, the things that they've done to the game for the beta is not fun. It's far, far from it. So, chat. I keep saying chat. That's the second time I've done it. Sorry, troops. Sorry. I know this is a YouTube video. But please let me know down in the comments below what you do think about my opinions, or if you just have an opinion you want to state, get it down in the comments below. I'm really interested to see what you guys have thought of this this beta. I really, really do, because I know there's people that might like it, and I know there's a lot of you who don't, and I want to see what your opinions generally are. And yeah, if you are brand new around here, guys, feel free to hit that subscribe button, guys. This is my very, very first just like commentary, is basically over some gameplay in the background. My very, very first video doing this. It's a different type of video, this one. So if you do enjoy this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button and like the video as well. It would help me so much. So thank you very much for watching, troops, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.